Hey guys, Thogden here and welcome back to a brand new video. Thogden's in the house. Thogdad's back for Prem predictions. I'm so excited.
I'm excited, Theo, but I'm also annoyed. Do you know why?
Why was that?
The guests, they're too good. Theo Baker and Reeve, 8 points. You got 4, I got 3. I'm slipping behind.
Dad, why are the guests so good? Why are we bringing on people with ball knowledge like Theo Baker? How's he winning? Adam McCullough's the guest. Big Manchester United fan, absolute legend. And with them playing Arsenal, I think we got him on the right time.
Like target.
Oh, how can I forget that? Well, Thogdad's back. So if we don't get 25,000 likes, I'm quitting YouTube at 1 million subscribers.
Less waffle, let's talk football.
No waffle, I quit.
Versus Liverpool, 17th against 6th. It's the Merseyside derby. It's all about pride. It's all about passion. Everton, Theo, becoming the draw specialists of the league.
The only reason I've come back is to say that Everton are going to get a result against Liverpool.
Why do you think that? Because Anthony Gordon is staying.
Anthony Gordon's staying. Ghana Gay is back. Guess who's back? Back again. Ghana Gay. He is back. And also, James Garner from Manchester United. Ooh. Jokes aside, great piece of business for 15 million. That guy was a baller. But this will be a 2-2 draw.
Wow, that is a big shout, Theo. I'm going to go Everton 1, Liverpool 2. I think Liverpool have found a vein of form. That Bournemouth result was a huge statement of intent. Liverpool win this.
A win for the Reds would secure back-to-back victories at Goodison Park for the first time since 2008. That rarely happens. Will Jurgen Klopp produce that?
I think he will, Theo. It's a mugs game predicting the Liverpool derby, but I think Liverpool are too good at the moment.
But Darwin Núñez is going to be back. Is he really going to start and score?
Well, he's got a lot to prove. Of course, he missed 3 games, didn't he, for that stupid incident.
Time to bring in our guest, Manchester United fan. I've worked with him on a few things. Adam McCullough, great guy. Let's hear his thoughts.
Yes, people, what's going on? Adam McCullough here. Thogden, thank you for having me. These are my Premier League predictions for game week 6, and they're guaranteed to bring me home 30 points for sure. So let's get stuck in. Everton, Liverpool first up. The Merseyside derby. Huge game to kick us off. It is the early kickoff on Saturday. You usually see a few shocks on those early kickoffs. Everton really do need a result. Lampard really needs a result as well. Is he going to get it against Liverpool, who have had a slow start, albeit they slapped up Bournemouth? I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw in this game and Everton to get a result.
Tottenham Hotspur in 3rd against Fulham in 8th. It is another derby, this time in London, Theo. Both teams playing well this season.
They are. Tottenham are having a great year, and I think it's those options. Richarlison against Forest, you saw him come off the bench doing outside of the boot flicks to get assists for Harry Kane. And it's not just the Heung-min Son show now. They're coming at you from different angles. The wing-backs like Perisic, even Ryan Sessegnon revitalising his career. I think it might be a little bit too much for Fulham. I know they put in a great fight against their other North London rival, and it was only 2-1 and Mitrovic scored. What's your thoughts, Dad?
3 wins and 2 draws, 3rd place. It ain't bad.
Not bad at all.
But Conte would have loved to be where Arsenal are now with a 100% record. This is a little bit too much for Fulham.
Yes.
To go to White Hart Lane, that amazing new stadium in the east of London, will be too much for them. I'm going 2-0 to Spurs.
When you look at the fixture planner, you don't like Tottenham away. That's one of the hardest ones this year. Yes. Antonio Conte, we know his talent when he's managing for the English First Division. But Fulham have a real system in place.
Yes.
The signings are working. On the final day, they went out and bought Willian, Dan James, Carlos Vinicius, Kazawa, the PSG guy. That's a whole new team in 24 hours of business.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Dan James, Theo, and Fulham. Yes, they have strengthened, but let's talk about the man Mitrovic, because it's what you've got sometimes that really provides it. In that last game, he was absolutely superb.
But going back to the Tottenham game, I don't see any other result than a 2-0. Yeah. Could be 3-0, 3-1. Mitro will get his weekly goal, but no, I'm sticking for 2 goals. And what was yours again?
I've gone 2-0 as well, but what I want to know, Adam, what do you think, mate?
Adam.
Then we got Spurs against Fulham, Kane against Mitrovic, two strikers that are in form, 2 teams that are in relatively good form as well. When you look at Fulham making a decent start to the season, Mitrovic on fire at the moment. Are they going to go to Spurs and get a result though? Ooh, you never know. They could shock us and get a draw, but I fancy Spurs under Conte to have a little bit of ruthlessness. I'll go for a 3-1 win to Spurs.
Nottingham Forest against Bournemouth, 15th against 16th, and this is a huge relegation fight between two teams who came up last season, Theo.
This game is bigger than you think. Nottingham Forest, Steve Cooper got battered by Manchester City, 6-0. He didn't really have a plan. And Bournemouth got battered 9-0 by Liverpool just a couple of weeks ago. Scotty P got sacked. Surely this is a massive 6-pointer when we look at it at the end of the Premier League table.
It is absolutely enormous, Theo. And I think it's actually bigger for Nottingham Forest because it's at home.
They have to win.
Because you look at the fixtures, correct, Theo, you have to win this game.
There is no questions asked. You make 21 new signings, great. But if you're not picking up 3 points against Bournemouth at home, then you're getting relegated. You can sign whoever you want, that's all great. They've clearly had a massive amount of business. Do you think it's going to work? I mean, 21 new... I mean, that's a new squad.
Well, Theo, I think you have to do this, Theo. If you've got any intention of staying in the Premier League, you've got to take risks.
I think Forest nicked this one 1-0. Steve Cooper has to win. It's not going to be an extravagant amount of goals. I watched Steve Cooper in front of my eyes last week, and he couldn't score against Tottenham, couldn't score against City. I think he will get one against Bournemouth, and it is going to be scrappy, but they're going to hold on. Niakite is massively missed, but for Bournemouth's sake, they need to figure a way of getting a new manager through the door. Maybe that's Sean Dyche, and make it happen as soon as possible. It's not long away from Qatar. After game week 10, there's a massive break. So what's the point in waiting around for a manager now?
Agreed, Theo. I'm just going to say ditto 1-0 to Forest, but I want to know, Adam.
What are you going for, son?
Nottingham Forest against Bournemouth. Now, Scott Parker having been sacked, are they going to have a new manager bounce or caretaker bounce or whoever's in charge? Are they going to give them a little bit of a bounce with Scott Parker having left? I don't know. Nottingham Forest at home, they played well against Spurs. Shame they didn't get a result. I fancy them to get a result this time around against Bournemouth. So I'm going to go for a 2-0 win to Nottingham Forest with Jesse Lingard amongst the goals. Any extra point for that?
Chelsea against West Ham United is 10th against 14th. It's another London derby, Theo, but two teams who started the season really slowly.
Not great, especially for Thomas Tuchel, who had a 200 million war chest to play with.
Think about Chelsea, Theo. 6 goals in 5 games. Now, Raheem Sterling is starting to score. Don't forget that.
That's correct.
But you need someone, Theo, who's going to score 15 to 20 goals every season.
Get him in, and that's Aubameyang. Deadline day move. Chelsea have confirmed the ex-Arsenal man. Some of the Gunners fans are going to be fuming, but they're having a very good year, so it doesn't matter too much. Will he be the answer to their problems at home, first to West Ham? Does he score?
Well, Theo, it didn't work at Arsenal, did it, at the end?
What do you mean it didn't work?
Well,
he fell out with Arteta. He had a great few years with Arsenal. It's proven that he's a Premier League goal scorer. I'm excited for this move. I think
he's so good that they got rid of him.
It wasn't what was going on the pitch. It was clearly in the training ground. He didn't get along with Arteta. He probably turned up to training a few times. Maybe it kicked off. I'm telling you though, what he did on the pitch, there's no denying he can score goals, create from the wing.
So what you've bought then is a prima donna with an attitude problem who's going to upset the dressing room. Is that what
I think he's coming back to the Premier League to show the world what he really is.
I think there's players at Chelsea who've really got to show up on a Saturday,
really?
Theo. Yeah, the likes of Ziyech, the likes of Kai Havertz, the likes of Christian Pulisic. We know how good these players are. Show up and prove it to the Chelsea fans. They pay a lot of money to be at the ground. Let's have a talk about West Ham, Theo, because they found a little bit of form. 4 points from the last 2 games. A good draw against Tottenham. Should have won it, really.
Absolutely. Hammer's back on track. Got a solid draw to Tottenham, and against Antonio Conte, that's a great result. And I think they're leading their way to a comeback. Maybe they can sneak a draw against the Blues away. Not an easy game, of course. Chelsea have to turn up, but they are a little bit under the cosh. They might just go there and smash it.
You know what, Theo? I'm going for Chelsea 1, West Ham 0.
I fancy a Chelsea 2, West Ham 1. Big 3 points the Blues. Chelsea tight win. Adam McCullough. What are you going for, mate?
Chelsea West Ham, another derby. Chelsea, Tuchel in trouble after that result against Southampton at St Mary's. After a pretty good result, having been down to 10 men against Leicester, it's really strange Chelsea. You can't really predict what they're going to do. And because of that, that makes this game a little bit difficult. West Ham as well, they've made some good signings, but are they going to get a good result? I'm going to go for the old Desmond, a 2-2 draw.
Brentford against Leeds United, 11th against 7th, Theo. 2 teams, actually, who don't lose very often.
They don't.
Both teams only lost once this season. What
Thomas Frank actually thinks they should be on 10 points. He says, based on the performances and the way we play, we should be on 10 points. They're on 6.
Yeah, now that is fair enough.
Really,
Theo.
you reckon?
But what is going to happen in this game? We were at this game last season. Leeds came away with a late win, didn't they?
Yeah, but Rodrigo won't be playing like he was in that match because he might be out with a shoulder injury. Jesse Marsh has got great memories. That Jack Harrison volley to keep them up in the Premier League. What a story. Limbs in the away end. We were there. We won't be there this weekend, but Josh will. Josh is now part of the channel. He's now contracted to Thogden PLC.
Hey.
So go watch his video, support him. But we're going to be in Milan. You're going to be, I don't know, picking your nose or
I'm
something.
playing cricket there. I think this might be a draw there. These are two teams who you can't give up on until the final whistle, aren't
100%,
they?
yeah.
I think there could be a late goal again, a 1-1 draw.
I'm going for 2-1 to the Bees.
Wow.
I backed Leeds a lot, and they've come away with draws recently. I know the team has changed a lot. Loads of new signings, all the American Salzburg lads that Jesse Marsh is good friends with. I just think the Bees are going to turn up. You can't deny they're a good team. Ivan Toney to score the winner.
These are two good teams there. I think they'll both be safe this season.
They're 100%, yeah.
Adam, what do you think?
I think both will be pushing for top 10, yeah. Over to Adam.
Brentford against Leeds, both teams making a healthy start to the season, getting some good results along the way. I fancy Brentford though. I'm a big fan of Thomas Frank, big fan of the likes of Ivan Toney. I'm going to go for a Brentford win here, 2-1.
Wolverhampton Wanderers against Southampton, 18th against 9th. It's a team in the relegation zone against a team flying high. You might be surprised which is which, because Wolves are having a horrible season. Could this be their first win?
I just have to let everybody know. Wolverhampton Wanderers do not win this game. I give up. They play well, they create chances, and they don't finish their dinner. Have you seen me on a Thursday night? I flipping back goal. Bruno Lage, find a way. Raul Jimenez, kick that ball in the bloody net.
Wolves had this problem last season.
It makes
they
me
don't
emotional.
concede many, they don't score many. It's going to be a low scoring, this, isn't it?
This will be low scoring. I know Southampton are smashing it. Bazunu, Kotchap, Lavia. They've all proven it already. Kotchap's dropped masterclass, got an assist already. Lavia scored the goal versus Chelsea. Bazunu's been pulling out wonder saves. I mean, everybody they've recruited has been spot on. Wolves will want it more today.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I'm going to back them one more time. Wolverhampton Wanderers fans, one more chance I'm giving you. 25,000 likes. I'm going for 1-0 Wolves.
Yeah, and I'm just going to agree with you, Theo. I think it'll be a low-scoring game. It's an absolute must-win, 1-0 Wolves.
And subscribe. Road to a million. Get it done.
Wolves against Southampton. Now this is an interesting game. Again, Southampton on their day can pull off a shot, pull off a good result like we saw against Chelsea. But now, Wolves at home, they're a decent prospect. I imagine there won't be many goals in this game, but I'm going to go for a 1-0 win to Wolves.
Newcastle United against Crystal Palace is 12th against 13th.
Yes.
A bit of a mid-table scrap between two good teams, Theo. Newcastle, what do you think? I mean, they're 1-1 out of 5 games. Not good enough.
Have you remembered who they played?
True.
Some top 6 clubs. Liverpool, City already done. The last time they played at home was a 3-3 draw against City.
1 win in 5 games.
Dad, they've played
ain't good enough.
3 away games. And they're not great away, I'll admit that. Sometimes they turn out with bangers like, say, Maximan. But they probably should have taken more points against those sort of teams if they want to continue and push for top 6. I honestly feel as if Newcastle at home will win this. The only time they've dropped points is to Liverpool and City.
Yeah.
End of conversation.
Crystal Palace, Theo, don't give them any discredit because they are playing very nice football.
They are.
They are good in all departments. They're a really good mid-table team who, like I've said, could push for Europe eventually. Michael Olise really caught my eye last week.
Yeah, and if they start him, he could cause a real problem up the right side. When he cuts in on his left, you don't know where he's scoring from. As long as they keep it solid at the back, they've always got a chance. 90 minutes in any Premier League match. That's the way Patrick Vieira's figured it out.
But I think this might be a Joe Linton, a masterclass. He's going to get one. Isaac's going to get one, the new guy.
Who's got Isaac in FPL? Has
That is a
anyone
good
signed
shout.
him? You think so?
That is
Some
a
easy
very
games
good
coming
shout.
up.
Yeah.
I'm considering bringing in Isaac. Little double transfer. Get Robertson out because he's been rubbish. Watch him go get 2 goals and 2 assists against Everton now. He'll do mad in. I backed the Geordies. 2, Palace 1. We'll give Zaha the opening goal as he seems to always score.
So 2 people have gone for 2-1. Will it be 3? Adam.
Newcastle Crystal Palace. Now this is a really good game, isn't it? Crystal Palace, I think, have some fantastic footballers doing really well under Patrick Vieira. And obviously, Eddie Howe and Newcastle are on the come up. 3 o'clock kickoff though at St James's Park. Yeah, I'll go for a Newcastle win. 2-1.
Aston Villa in 19th against Manchester City in 2nd. Man City scoring about 4 goals every game. Aston Villa absolutely woeful. This could be a cricket score.
This could be a cricket score indeed. Steven Gerrard, his job is on the line here. You're playing at home to Manchester City, one of the hardest games in the Premier League fixture list. What is he going to do?
Should not judge Villa based upon this game. It's Manchester City. They're battering everyone. But the thing is, Theo, automatically we blame managers. Yeah, a team is 19th or 20th. Blame the manager. Sack the manager. Let's look at the players. Let's look at the likes of Coutinho and Leon Bailey. These sort of players.
They don't care.
Real talent. They should care, Theo.
And how do you motivate them? A new manager.
You shouldn't have to motivate them. They're paid so much. They turn up to Villa Park. What is it? 40-odd thousand screaming, passionate fans. You shouldn't have to motivate them.
Unfortunately, that's
Don't
how
blame the
football
manager.
works. They need a manager with their arm around them saying, look, mate, I need a good performance today. And right now, it doesn't seem that Steven Gerrard is getting this out of every player.
We are not in that back room. We don't see what's going on. But I say stick with him a bit longer. I'm going to say Aston Villa 1. I think they'll score. Man City 3.
I will say, I don't think they'd have this many problems if Diego Carlos was still fit and playing. He would have solidified that defence. It's when he got injured at such a difficult moment where the problems started to open up. But Man City will win this. And Erling Haaland will continue to score. Could he make it 3 hat-tricks in a row?
Well, Rory Jennings would say no, he's not going to score, but...
No, he made a video saying, I am sorry, Erling Haaland.
Is that right?
Yeah, he did.
That's funny. I've gone 3-1 Man City.
Oh, you're boring, Thogdad. I've also gone 3-1 Man City.
We're agreeing on too much these days.
How many Haaland goals, though? 2 or 3?
I think he's going to score 1 goal this week.
I think he'll score 2. And I'll captain him until I die on fantasy. Seriously, that is my man. When a guy's scoring that many goals, why change it? All FPL Focal, FPL Andy, I'm calling you out. You're all mugs.
Aston Villa, Man City. Now, this is a game where there's going to be plenty of goals and probably all in the back of Villa's net, which will be hell for Steven Gerrard. Is he going to get sacked soon? I kind of feel like he is. Aston Villa, Man City, though, I'm going to go for a 5-1 win to Manchester City.
Brighton and Hove Albion in 4th place against Leicester City, bottom of the table. Theo, both of these teams lost last week, but let's not forget Brighton unbeaten until Fulham.
The only thing that can save Leicester City this season is 25,000 likes. They're finished. But for Brighton, they're the team that seem to smash it away from home, but don't do so well at home. But they won their last home game, didn't they?
They're a very well-organised unit, Theo. I like watching them play. I respect the way they play. Great gaffer. Leicester City, though, it's gone horribly wrong. Is it just a lack of bringing in new talent?
Brendan Rodgers, it's time to go. Leicester City are not backing you anymore. They've made no signals of intent with the transfers. They've sold off some of their best players. And the ones left over, the team looks mediocre. You're not going to go on a European run. You're not going to win things with that team. You're a good manager, Brendan. Do the right thing and walk out. And I hope you're watching this. Leicester need a change-up. They need something new. And in January, they probably need to bring in a few. Brighton will win 1-0. And I know that's a bit of a big call considering they lost to Fulham away last game. What did you think about that result?
I was a little bit surprised by that, but massive respect to Fulham and massive respect to Brighton there because they are the masters of the 1-0. And I agree with you on that scoreline.
Oh, for goodness sake.
I think you're being a little bit harsh on Leicester.
You can't stop backing my predictions.
I know, Theo. I think our minds work the same these days in terms of predictions.
We've done enough videos like this to think about it.
Yeah. But over to Adam, the Man United fan.
Brighton at home. So you'd fancy them. Graham Potter, Danny Welbeck leading the way. You fancy Brighton to get a result. But Leicester, you know, they have some very good talented players. On their day, they can get goals. I am, though, going to go for a home win here and say Brighton to win. 3-2, it'll be a game of goals.
Finally, we've saved the best until last. It's Manchester United against Arsenal, 5th against 1st, Theo. Now, Man United found a rich vein of form, 3 consecutive wins. But Arsenal, the only remaining 100% record in the division. What is going to happen here?
Well, it's interesting. Let's speak about Manchester United first. At the beginning of the season, everyone had written them off. Relegation fights, 4-0 Brentford, 2-1 Brighton, 2 losses, 0 points on the board. To come back with a 100% record, it's quite incredible. 9 points picked up. Liverpool, Southampton, Leicester away. Complete.
Yes.
They're back.
Well, what I like, Theo, new gaffer's come in, Ten Hag has come in. He took a look at the old guys first couple of games of the season and said, this ain't good enough. He's had the courage, the strength to put Ronaldo on the bench. And that is difficult.
No, it is, but I think it's the right decision. I think United could even win this game. Arsenal are on this incredible purple patch. Who can stop the Gunners right now?
Well, Manchester United could.
Really?
They are very capable of winning this game.
They've got a 100% win record. I know Arsenal are good at winning games, which they should win. But when you play against top 6 clubs, it's different gravy. It's a different level that your players need to dig deep for if you really want to get the 3 points. And especially going to the Theatre of Dreams, Old Trafford. It's never easy.
Absolutely. Now, the old Arsenal, Theo, they often bottle these big games.
This will be the Antony debut, won't it? The Brazilian winger, I want to see what he can do. Can he link up with his new Brazilian teammate, Casemiro? Great new team, that, for Manchester United. They have really invested a bloody war chest for Eric Ten Hag. I do think ETH will go up. The price of ETH will go up. And I back Manchester United to get a 2-2 draw here. A 4-goal thriller. It will look like it could go both ways.
I think we should live stream this. Let us know in the comments. And
Yes.
I'm going to agree with you. I think this will be a 1-all draw. 2-all is very possible.
Wow.
I think it'll be a ding-dong, dude.
Dad, we both just sat on the fence.
I
We're
know.
being boring for the biggest game this week as well. So let's bring on our guest, Adam McCullough, Manchester United fan. Let us know what you think, mate.
And last up, we've got Manchester United against Arsenal. The biggest game of the weekend, although there are a fair few big games when you look at Everton, Liverpool, Chelsea, West Ham. This is the big one. This is the Twitter derby. These games down the years have meant so much to me. A good result for United could bring them right back in it. I'm going to say Manchester United to get a 2-1 win. It's going to be difficult though, because Arsenal are in good form. 2-1 Manchester United.
Comment below your prediction for the big game. If you get it correct, I'll give away an Amazon gift card. You know what? Bang, bang. We're going to do loads of those in future videos. Subscribe, road to 1 million, and we'll give away so many gift cards then. I want to give back. I want to continue to give back. So keep showing the love. See you in a bit. Bye-bye.
See ya.